I do apologise, it's the same view for you, but there's not much else I can do in my own house. But anyway, I'm sitting here, quite a busy day in some respects. Yes, it has been. And what was I doing? Oh, it doesn't matter what I was doing. But I was quite pleased. I've got a cup of tea here, so I did mention yesterday I got this lovely tray. You can see the scale to this tray. It's very small. It's lovely. It's got robins on it. My sister knows that I like robins, you see. And I like it anyway, and it's very practical for me. I think she's frightened in case I spill my tea or over my paperwork. But she also got me Frito bars, because she knows I love them. That's the only chocolate I eat. And I won't eat it just now, but I will say that if Cadbury's continue to shrink the size of the Frito, it'll get to the stage that when you get a packet of Fritos chocolates, there'll be fuck all on the packet. Yeah, why do that? I would rather they just put it up 10 pence or something, the price, rather than look, there's fuck all in that. It's actually a waste of turning on the electric machinery, the mechanics of making that stuff and the ingredients, if there's not going to be anything in the pack. Anyway, I shall put it there and we'll eat it later on. Let me just take a sip of tea first of all. My sister did say to me, would you prefer to have a Lamborghini or a packet of Freddo chocolate bars? And I says, well, you know the answer to that. And then I thought about it. On my own thoughts last night, I thought, if a situation had occurred with I had a choice of, say this is really difficult actually when I think about it. A nice house. Wait a minute, I've got a nice house. A house of my choice, let's put it that way. And a type of 4x4, for example, sitting on the gravel driveway. That type of materialistic kind of thought. Let's just stick to the plan. Let's just say, would you rather have a Lamborghini or up and down? Well, the answer again would be up and down. But the big thing is, and this is really important to know this, if it was a choice between up and down and Freddo chocolate packet, well, I'll let you work out who I'd choose, what I'd choose. Meanwhile, I'd like you to, sorry about the dark, it's very pale light in here. It's actually very bright to sit in, but not for camera work. But I've been quite busy, I said that already. And what I've done, maybe if I take it over to the couch and show you. Well, there's that book I was reviewing yesterday, but I stopped. So it's, let me show you. I've been making a miniature kettle. I'm quite happy with it. It is electric. So what I did was I used the battery from an old phone. That's the plug. And I've inserted the battery. And what I've done is, well, this is it here. The water goes in here, into this container, and it stops you using too much water, and therefore you don't need a large kettle full just to fill one cup of tea. So basically what happens is you fill it with water and then switch it on. The battery then gets to work and the water starts to effervesce and bubble away, and when it reaches the desired temperature, that's the guesswork actually, but you just know when it's bubbling away, it's reached 100 degrees, then you just pour it like that into the cup. Well, you switch it off first at the power socket and then you just pour that in. So on the scale of that book, it's not terribly big, is it? But anyway, I hope you're impressed with my handiwork. Okay. Actually, we'll sit this way for a little change. I'll bring my tea over and have a sip. I was talking quite a bit, excuse me a second. I actually got away with a slurp I got away with a sip without a slurp. I was sitting there last night. I might have to edit that one because it went on for ages. I was sitting here talking about me and up and down, and the whole history of our relationship, right back into our past lives and stuff, and it was actually very interesting. I think I done quite well, but then I started to think, if you put that up, not only are you going to think you're a lunatic, but the rest of the world's going to think you're off your fucking nut. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, I thought, up and down, I think you'll probably appreciate it, because that's probably the part I miss with her, is the conversations that I normally have with up and down, or at least we used to. We're always very, very, you know, what do you call it? Well, very intelligent conversations, to say the least. Because she was a very intelligent person. And she's very eloquent in speech. And I quite like that. And I don't understand why she's, I think she got fed up with it all. So she's very well educated and she's very, very well spoken. And anyway, I searched my well, I was actually, what happened last night, I didn't have to search very far. I just was in a perfect moment of releasing the internal to the external. And I must admit, I'll have actually looked at the footage to see what I was talking about made sense. Probably more sense than I am this evening. But when I used to sit with up and down, we used to talk for quite a long time. In fact, if I was to just take you over here for a moment, the blinds are shut, it's not a blackboard. Up and down and I used to live in this land here. We used to live amongst the fairy people. And I put this light here so that it can illuminate the fairy ring. And she's very beautiful, this woman. But up and down's lost her imagination. And when she talks, she doesn't talk as well. I haven't spoken to her for a while. I hope she's returning to some sort of normality. This here is a little scene from down in the Languedoc region of France. This is Black Rock Cottage, Glencoe, which I stood there, well actually at the door, and that's book I left at Moor at the back. You've probably seen my vlogs from the King's House. Well, this is it is used, but it's not a habitable property. You understand? It's I can't remember who uses it, but it's not a private residential property. Why am I out of focus here? Yeah, that's better, I think. I think it's to do with the light. The camera's struggling in the dark. But what I was wanting to show you as well was, let me put the big light on and see if it helps a little. This is Degas, and up and down sold me, I see my brain doesn't work in the winter. Up and down sent me a postcard one time depicting this couple sitting in the bar, and I was very fond of that picture. I lost the postcard. I think it was with all of letters. I was going to say the French letters, but not French letters in that, meaning condom. But this is a picture I picked up a number of years back. It is a Degas print. It's not the original, I'm afraid. I love it. And it was up and down that introduced me to this picture, because she said we looked like each other. Sitting there. And that's the kind of imagination she used to have. Even when she was writing to me regularly, she was full of imagination, bright ideas. This picture is called Absinthe. As I say, it's by Degas. I really quite like that one. And I have a couple of, well, shall I show you? I have a money. I'll show you pictures another time. This is the money up here. Oh, it's not good in this light. I'll show you another time. Get back to the... I'll switch this off and get a cigarette first.